him a little bit about that, but that's the robust nature that he brings to the table, isn't it? You know, he's that kind of player, and that kind of solidity that he has with Fukuda right at the back there really does give them something as well, doesn't it?
It's not hard to pick up 7 yellow cards, though, is it? Seriously, but he's enjoying.
For some of us, PJ.
Exactly. Picked up 7 in 7 games. It's brilliant. But look, Bahaki is, and look, again, it's expected of him with that role that he plays, exactly like you mentioned there, Paul. He is a leader at the back. He is that first line of defence in a real robust nature in front of the goalkeeper there, and he needs to lead by example, and that does require being physical. It's an aspect of Bahapi's game that he probably hasn't been applauded for enough because he is still very comfortable on the ball. But yeah, 7 yellow cards, you pick that up pretty easily though.
We're going to have some fun with that, I bet. Okay, guys, thanks very much with that analysis. We're going to hear from them shortly in the commentary. Live action coming here from the Jalan Besar Stadium very shortly indeed as Warriors take on Hougang.
Pick that up pretty easily though.
We're going to have some fun with that, I bet. Okay, guys, thanks very much with that analysis. We're going to hear from...
A very warm welcome. It is, of course, Friday Night Football. It's the Great Eastern Hyundai S-League 2017 and an absolute cracker in store for us. The Halls are in town. Hougang United, they will take on the Warriors. It's 6th versus 4th in this year's S-League, but that's not the whole tale of the story because two sides with a little bit of differing form going into this one. The Warriors, they've lost 2 of their last 3 and they drew the one in the middle against Home United as well in the uniform derby. As for Hougang, 7 games unbeaten. You have to go all the way back to the 25th of May where they lost to Tampines Rovers. That is the last time they've lost a competitive match in any competition in Singapore. Their last game was a 0-0 draw with Balestier, and Filipal makes 2 changes to that. Nazrul Nazari is out suspended. He picked up a red card in that game. Wayudi will come into the fullback position. Fariz is out and Feroz comes in. Amir Zelaini and Lionel Tan, they're away with the under-23s in Australia, preparing for the SEA Games that will take place a little bit later this month. But it's a basic 4-4-2 that will be put out by coach Filipal. As for the Warriors, they have suspensions and injuries as well. Hafiz Noor is out, Poyu Feng is out, Bayaki suspended with a 7th yellow card, means that Fazli Jaffa will come in and patrol down the left-hand side. Jordan Webb will move to the right. Ang Tia Wei will come in at left-back, allowing Ho Wai Lun to move back into the centre of midfield alongside Shakir. And Hafiz Osman, the veteran, the 33-year-old, will come in for Bayaki, which looks a pretty solid 4-2-3-1, and it does have goals in them. So the teams are in the tunnel. We're almost all set to go. There was a little drama here where PJ in the commentary position was sitting on his notes. I lost my pencil, but all has been rectified as the two teams do make their way out onto the field of play, led by none other than the very impressive G. Lechman, who's had a fantastic season as a referee this year and really is one for the future. It's time to get PJ Roberts' thoughts ahead of this one, the former, of course, Geylang international player. PJ, you spoke about this before the game. You mentioned that you feel the youth may have an opportunity to press the experience of the Warriors. How do you see this game panning out?
I mean, looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really intriguing game. Hougang, knowing with their 2 games in hand, 5 points behind SAF, can really close the gap on one of these prestigious clubs in the S-League. While for the Warriors, disappointed after that loss to Albirex Niigata, where they did create plenty of opportunities, which is a real positive. Looking forward to seeing Charles Ishak, as you mentioned, back in Singapore again, and really leading by example already. 5 goals in his last 5 games as well, 7 goals overall. It's an important game for both teams. I think SAF, the Warriors, will have the edge. But in saying that, Hougang, I really enjoy their youthful exuberance. Undefeated in their last 7 games. They've got a little bit of a stubborn edge to them. My concern is their quality in putting the ball into the back of the net in that final third.
There is the Warriors side. Of course, it was Jordan Webb that missed a penalty in that League Cup final with just 3 minutes left to go. Hyrule Nizam went from hero to villain as well, as it was his mistake that allowed Albrechts to win the League Cup again for a 3rd consecutive season, which means they get to keep the trophy. But this Hougang side has been put together, and it's got a couple of former Albrechts Niigata players in there, of course, none more so than Kaguri, and who we highlighted before the match, Shirota. Kaguri seems to be a bit of an enigma. He was a former under-19 international in Japan, the S.League Player of the Year in 2015, and went on to play in Japan for Albrechts Niigata 38 times before falling out. So you just wonder why someone with that experience and that quality isn't playing at a top club in Asia.
It's a great question. I mean, it is disappointing when you look at representing a country like Japan at under-19 level. You will expect, obviously, to kick on, and you know, as we've seen with a number of players, for whatever reason, it doesn't quite work out in that way. We're blessed to have a player of his trickery and his quality playing here for Singapore. Full credit to Albirex Niigata as well, that they gave him the opportunity to at least continue with his career. And Singapore's been the beneficiary of that, and the fact that he's moved to a Singapore club and is still plying his trade here.
It's fantastic to see that Singapore's still attracting some of the best talent around Asia to come and play on the small island, as it's known. So the two sides just getting ready to take to the field of play. That is Kaguri, the number 10. Just keep half an eye open for him, and just standing next to him is Shirota. 3 goals last season for Albirex Niigata before making the move north, as it were, to Hougang. There's Shaul Ishak. No introduction needed or required for the man that was the Suzuki Cup MVP in 2012 and the very first ever AFF Player of the Year back in 2013. Shaul, just last few words of encouragement from him. Here's our first look as well at Kairolin, who will be in goal for Hougang. There are the fans, the Halls as they're known. They are probably the most vocal fans here in Singapore. They really do get behind their team. And it's time now for the players to show what they've got, and it will be the Warriors that get underway in the white strip, kicking from right to left. and straight away put under a little bit of pressure, so Hafiz Osman just rolls it straight back to Hairul Nizam. There is Shawalishan, lovely ball played forwards for Fazli Jaffa. Fazli straight into the middle. Maybe a little bit unselfish there. Could have waited for that to drop a little bit more and had a strike towards goal. PJ shaking his head next to me.
It's always a little bit too early in the game for that type of opportunity. Very, very unselfish. Fazli Jaffa with his pace and his trickery in those wide areas. You do want to get the ball on the ground, and good opportunities to be able to force a foul. Obviously in the 18-yard box as well, which obviously lead to a penalty.
Sign from Hougang, of course. Going back to a uniform side. Is Delvinder Singh. Drives it forwards. A lovely little touch around the corner from Feroz. A little bit of time and space here for Faiz Saleh. He delivers, but straight into the hands of Hairul Nizam, who bowls it out very quickly to Jordan Webb. Miscontrols it, so the ball launched back up the other end. Emery Gong underneath this one. Is Hawailun. That's the Jaffa. Hawailun tries to help that one forwards. Tough again though, that's a lovely ball played forwards, looking for the run of Azhar Sadruddin. No nonsense from Hafiz Osman, the veteran showing all his experience there.
Yes, he's put under pressure. He's looking to try and knock it back to dramatic goals, but under enough pressure to just clear his lines.
It's well held up there from Azhar. It's almost like a false number 9 that they're playing, but it is Azhar that's the furthest forwards. There's a little opportunity for him as well. Trying to pick out the top corner, just got it wrong. It's not a bad start though from Hougang.
Well, Azhar needs to do better here. Surprised with the amount of time and space that falls to him. Must hit the target. So early in the game, that time and space, you really do need to do better than that in that situation.
Crunching shackle there on Cholaku. Here's Jordan Webb. Webb looks to get to the byline, pulls it back. Easily dealt with though by Faiz. Cholaku just couldn't create that yard for himself. Our first look at Shirota. Free kick awarded. Just look to play out from the back. Carolyn taking a chance or two and then wants to get the ball back as well, so a little bit of confidence there from the 26-year-old. Given away though, and Hawailun keeps it simple. Cholaku just couldn't create that yard for himself. Azhar. Faiz. Azhar dropping deep. See, it's Kagori that's gone to the main focal point, so it is almost like that false number 9 that they're playing. Do have options on the bench. And Rasul Rodriguez is on the bench, of course. Can't get in the starting lineup. That's well played from Shakir. Emery Gong. Just couldn't keep possession. Easily turned over. Ali, decent ball forward looking for Azhar, who's onside. The flag went up late there.
Nice high line there. Exactly. Very, very tight. It's a nicely weighted pass in behind. See, Warriors really trying to play a very high line, keep it nice and congested in the middle of the park. Can be risky given the pace that Hougang do have in those wide areas.
Track with the target again. Good communication there. Delvinder Singh wins the header, but concedes possession. A chance here now for Shawalishak onside. Shawalishak! He's not going to miss from there. The legend, we spoke about him before the game, has popped up with the opening goal in the 6th minute. And it was a cool, calm finish from the veteran as he made absolutely no mistake.
Well, it is a quality finish. We just see him sitting in the middle of the park here, completely unmarked, onside, only just, but good couple of touches to get it out of his feet. It was initially coming in behind him. Beautiful first touch. And then just picks his spot along the ground, close to the keeper, where it's difficult for the keeper to get down and get hands to it. That's a quality, clinical finish.
Goal number 8 in the league then for Shawalishak, and a vitally important one as well. Spoke before the game about how Hougang have a couple of games in hand and could close the gap and overtake them. That being said, 3 points here would allow the Warriors to put a little bit of pressure on Home United as well. Sometimes it's better to have the points in the bag than games in hand. Of course, Home United this week, fantastic result for them in the AFC Cup, winning by 2-1. They've got to go to the Philippines next week. Of course, that's Filipao's old club. Nigel Sherwin in charge now, and what a magnificent job he has done with this squad and the side that he has. Challenging it on all fronts.
There's a great atmosphere at Jalan Besar Stadium as well on that evening. Very good crowd support. Excellent performance and result. As you mentioned there, Paul, for Singapore football. The second leg is going to be incredibly intriguing.
Shirota. Faiz. Singh going all the way back, and it's the old sweeper keeper here, Kairulin. Shirota. Fucking Kwok coming deep this time. Not managing to stretch the Warriors at the moment, though.
This is going to be challenging for Hougang. We know defensively very, very strong, as we've mentioned. Scoring goals really has been an issue. 14 goals in their 13 games played in the S-League.
Lovely ball played forward, flag goes up again. That could result in a yellow card there. Mr. Lechman won't see too kindly to that. Azar thought he broke the trap. And just a ticking off.
Well, again, Azar taking off very quickly. That is marginally, if marginally.
The best thing is he just turned around to the referee and went, I didn't hear the whistle.
Yeah. It doesn't work that often, though, does it?
Never usually. But again, you have to say, good officiating. Just, that's your one warning.
Yeah, exactly.
And that just sets the tone for all the players on the pitch now as well.
A little bit of a warning sign also for Warriors in defence. Playing that high line.
Shirota adjudged to have taken out Antiwe. Shoulder to shoulder more than anything.
Yeah, Shirota's strong in here. It's definitely not a foul. There is no chance that's a foul. Shoulder to shoulder. Shirota should be able to keep possession and play on.
Well, they're going to have to defend here. Fazli Jaffa is about to deliver. Most of the big guns have come up. Hafiz Osman has gone forwards, as has Fakuda. It's a decent ball in, and it's a free header. What a chance that was. Golden opportunity wasted.
Fakuda's got to bury that.
Here's Kaguri at the other end, though. Can he make something happen? Decent ball in as well. Fakuda wins the header. Osman with the little flick and a nice little passage of play there from Hougang. The Warriors regroup very quickly though. Chalaku skips past the challenge, keeps it simple. Here's Jordan Webb. Shakir. Fazli Jaffa tried to help it on but couldn't retain possession. Kaguri finds Fabian Kwok. Simple little layoff means Hougang will start again. Trying to play those little balls in behind to catch out the Warriors, and Adil Nizam doesn't get through that ball properly. It's a lovely little give and go. Chalaku is still Chalaku. Just lost the ball at the optimum moment though. It's a nice ball played forwards, a little bit of time and space now. Sharan finds Ali. Kaguri's there. Kaguri from range. Oh, Adil Nizam looked as though he was all over his line there, didn't know where he was. Somehow managed to gather that just at the right time though.
Made it look an awful lot harder than what it really was. You see he's just drifting back into his goal. He actually gets behind his goal line, and then as the shots come in he's realised he's behind the line, then he's taken a quick couple of steps forward. You know that with Hougang, the quality that he does have, always probing. There's been decent movement, decent link-up between Hougang as they're starting to try and penetrate that defensive line of Warriors. I think they found joy when they were playing those diagonal balls in behind, playing it quick, getting those midfield runs from deep. See Warriors continuing to really play a fairly high line of defence. The benefit of that is it keeps it very busy in the middle of the park. There's minimal room for Hougang to be able to get on to the ball in that central area.
Here's Dalvinda. The run's gone early again. The flag, will it go up? No, it stayed down. Wonder if he'd have let that go, whether or not the flag would have gone up. Time and space, but miscontrolled it. Finds Shaolisha back to Webb. Thought he was taken out. Play allowed to continue. He gets caught as well. Play allowed to continue.
Well, it was a perfectly timed challenge. Ali Hudzaif, as soon as he comes in here, gets to it first. Always hold your breath a little bit, in the sense that the referee can interpret it sometimes a little bit differently.
Just wondered if Charlie Shaka had taken that penalty against Albrechts with just a couple of minutes to go in the League Cup final, if that wouldn't have been the catalyst for their season to turn everything around. Jordan Webb saying he wanted to take it and that Chowell owed him a few and went on to miss it in what was a dreadful penalty. Needs to get some confidence back, does Webb.
Certainly would imagine in big occasions like that, that experience and maturity, balance between having the confidence and the self-belief to be able to step up and do it, and then actually actioning on it.
Long ball punch forwards, Webb looking to try and get there, however, easily dealt with. Goverlin gets there first. Bianchi just walking in front of us in our commentary position. Yeah, blah, 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 that's what he's saying. Yep, that's no problem. Big smile on his face. Another one with vast amounts of experience and should really be on the field of play rather than sitting up here watching the game. But when you accumulate yellow cards, that's what you've got to expect.
It has been absolutely brilliant watching his career flourish. His debut season in the S.League was, I was playing with him at Geylang United, which is now Geylang International, and seeing both him and Hassan Sunny in their debut seasons as young 17, 18-year-olds progress.
Lovely ball played forwards and the flag's gone up again. That was a very, very close one. Showdown it was that it made the run from deep, and that was very, very close. It was Ali who made the run.
From that left full book, and he's onside. It's a wrong call.
Play continues as Shirota has to deal with things.
It's 2 or 3 occasions now. We continue to talk about this high line of Warriors, but Hougang are getting in behind. They've been very, very close, and that last decision by the linesman was incorrect.
Chance here, given away though. Shakir just mopping things up nicely. Fazli Jaffa, decent ball in, looking for Choluku. Just couldn't find Choluku though. Well, it's interesting the way that this one's panning out. Still plenty of work to do for Hougang. The Warriors took the lead in just the 6th minute of play.
We're also got to look back to that opportunity, Mace Fukuda. His header, just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Not managed to get any power from it. It was a free header. All he had to do was just
head it. Into the goal.
A little harder.
And it would have been a goal.
Either side of the keeper.
Flags up again.
It is so easy when you say it like that. You can understand why he did have a bit of difficulty. He was sort of leaning backwards and struggling to get that power. But let's have a look at that earlier offside. Can you see?
It's the 4th offside.
A couple of them. Exactly.
4th offside they've had.
And they've all marginally. The linesman has got one of those wrong, but I think it's such promising times. And as you mentioned there, Mace, 3rd or 4th occasion they've done that. And we haven't even reached the 20-minute mark in this first half. So it's very promising in the sense that they are aiming to maintain reasonable possession in that midfield area, but then able to clip it in behind fairly cleverly with those runs from deep. It means that the players can get that extra little pace, get that step on their opponent.
Shaq dropping deep this time. Just tries to clip a ball forwards. Well read though from Faiz. Final touch coming off Fazli Jaffa's foot though. Vinder Singh looks to bring things out from the back. 20 minutes gone. The deadlock broken by the veteran Shaq after just 6 minutes. Hougang with all the work to do. Long ball punched forwards looking for Azar. Well read though from Hafiz Osman. Wailun. As though it was a strange decision to play him and Shakir a couple of matches ago as holding midfield players. It seems to work for the Warriors though. Shaul Ishak now with a free rein, plays it out wide. Jordan Webb with a bit of time and space. Has Jolaku in the middle. Wailun's made a run forwards as well. They end up coming back out. The long range shots wasn't the best from Shakir. Maybe a little bit of shooting practice there as he just signals to the bench. Poor effort really, PJ.
Yes, it was.
Wrong decision.
Long way out. So he just requires a little bit of composure there because he had support both wide on that left-hand side and both wide on that right-hand side. Hougang did keep it very congested through that middle area, but that space out wide to then be able to get a decent cross in. If we think and we just remove Shaul Ishak's goal, there has been really limited chances for Warriors. There is that one head up for Fukuda, but apart from that, no real decent opportunities in open play.
Webb goes to ground rather cheaply. Wins the free kick, so the question is can he deliver quality into the box? He's just gingerly walked away. I just wonder if he's twisted something there himself, because it didn't look as though major contact was made. It's going to be Wailun that will deliver this. Again, Shakir's in there, Fukuda's gone forwards, Hafiz Osman's in and around as well. Wailun delivers deep. Hafiz Osman the target. It's come off the back of Wayudi and gone straight into the hands of Karolin, who just bowls it out quickly. Kaguri, brilliant touch from him. However, man marked very closely by Antiwe. Good time and space for Fabian Kwok. Just switching out to the far side. Ali Zaifi. Sharan. There is Filipao, of course, in charge of this Hougang side. Winda wanted the run there of Faisale, but it didn't happen. There are the most vocal fans in the country. They literally don't stop for 90 minutes, do they, PJ?
They are brilliant. Loving their football, creating a wonderful atmosphere for everyone here. Great supporters of their club.
Kick awarded. Kaguri. Decent ball over the top, looking for Faiz. Dispossessed and well read though. Fazli Jaffer it was that picks it up and just miscontrols it on that occasion. Jolaku wanted the free kick, not given.
Jolaku really starting to drop quite deep to pick up the ball. He's receiving very little ball to his feet. It's very attacking areas. Frustrating night for him so far.
Fabian Kwok. Shirota. Gordy with the ball over the top. Ali with a little layoff. Again into the middle to nobody. Hougang picks it up and wins the free kick as well.
Last 5 minutes has just really become a little bit scrappy. Both teams unable to retain possession. A few poor touches, giving the ball away cheaply. A couple of silly fouls.
Jordan Webb. And Shakir. Back to Webb. Back inside Shakir. Does well to skip past the challenge. Hougang shoots from range. All the way along the ground. No problem there. Shirota looking to get things moving again, as is Dalvinda. Nice little clip forwards from Kylin. Warriors picking up that second ball quite a lot though, which is probably just giving them the edge in this match so far, PJ.
It is, and Kylin in goals there for Hougang. He's overly confident when on the ball. He's very comfortable in coming out of his box. Happy to take the ball under pressure. If I was the Warriors, I would enjoy putting him under pressure.
Shoot from the halfway line.
That'd be exactly, and then even press very high up the park. It's hard work, but you want to force him into a situation because he's confident he's going to take that extra touch. If I was Warriors, when we know that he plays that type of game, you want to do it on a couple of occasions just to test him out, force the ball into his feet and see how he reacts.
Moyadi. Decent ball in. No one there though. Kuda just clears his lines. Jordan Webb. Here's Emmerich Ong. Trying to play it in behind. Wins a throw.
Yeah, he just needs a couple of seconds, catch his breath. It's a little bit nasty. Just right in the stomach, just winding him.
Nice little layoff there from Webb. That's Way. Chalaku just have been a little bit over physical in the challenge. Lin coming in and having his say as well.
There's absolutely no need whatsoever for Hougang to come off his goal line. Chat like that. Again, that is a soft foul. Appreciate you, Loco. He's getting a little bit frustrated, but getting his type of physical play, he's using his body to try and protect the ball and put himself in a position so that he can get to the ball first and early. Interesting to have another look at that. See if there was anything more to it. It certainly didn't look as though there was.
Maybe he's just landed awkwardly on that shoulder, which could be a problem.
Well, here we see Chaloka. He's just coming in. It's just a shoulder to shoulder. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is a strong striker using his body to collect the ball, shield it. There's been a couple of occasions there. The referee, Mr. Lechman, has awarded a free kick to the opposition when a strong shoulder charge has been executed.
Gave the opportunity for the players to get some fluids on board.
I always wondered what's in that magic spray.
magic.
It's very... Is it called magic spray?
It's called the magic spray and the magic sponge.
Is it really?
That's what it used to be. Of course, things have all changed now. You wouldn't go down years and years ago because when they used to run with a magic sponge, if it was cold, it'd be freezing cold when they put the sponge on you.
I always did find that a bit bizarre. If you hurt your ankle, they'd put a wet sponge in your boot, and then all of a sudden you're running around with a wet sock and wet boot, which I just found awful. I never understood that, and I still don't, as you can tell.
I used to soak my boots before I played.
In water?
Yeah.
Make them soft?
A little bit softer, yeah.
No, his sister's boots. So you can squeeze into it.
Well, my footwear provider insisted that I wear these boots. I had to soak them before I played.
It certainly does soften them up.
That's a little bit too far there for Shaolishak. I'm sure nowadays he doesn't have a problem with his footwear provider. They mould the foot now around the players to make sure that the boots are comfortable.
It certainly is the technology that has driven performance in that area. Even on the podiatry level with orthotics and being able to manage injuries and sustain the lifespan of an athlete. There's an example. Now, if I'm Warriors, I'm forcing us to pressure all over this. They are not doing a good enough job in applying pressure in those situations because Hougang are trying to play out consistently.
And now they're getting in behind. Here's Kaguri. Just a little bit too heavy for Azar. They actually did that, PJ, in the final of the League Cup. The Warriors, they took the game to Albrechts. They forced the issue. They pressed them high up the field of play. But they're getting caught here. And a chance now for Azar. Azar skips past one. Is that offside? Flag stays down. Easy, though, for Hairul Nizam in goal.
They just sort of occupied each other's space. Azar, as you see here, they're just sort of fumbling into each other, occupying the same area. Azar was the player that needed to take that ball on his left foot. He had the momentum, he had the pace. It's just at this point in time. It's a poor attempt.
Nawai Lun trying to get down the line. Jalaku with a little ball on. Fazli Jaffa trying to go all the way. Just couldn't get there. Huda gets up strong with the challenge. Saki. Easily dealt with. And here's Feroz. It's a great ball as well for Kaguri, who's in acres of space. And in the middle, he has Azar. Azar! Should have scored. What a chance that was for Hougang to equalise.
A perfectly positioned run from Azar. And Kaguri, lovely. For great touch. Excellent positioning.
And now they're on the defence, Hougang. Jordan Webb has a bit of time and space. Still Webb on the left foot this time. Not the best option from him.
Hougang certainly have created some very good opportunities getting in behind that Warriors defence. Kagure, particularly in those wide areas, clinical with his passing. Azar's worked very hard, and again, it's just that quality, that final touch in those key areas.
Ball dinged forwards, Kaguri making the run again. Gets caught. One step over too many.
He draws the foul really well. Very proficient when in possession. You see just here, really clever, taking the ball into a tight area, drawing the foul. It's a dangerous position to give away a free kick.
chance to deliver some quality into the box. Azar it is who's come across to take this. Warriors sending the subs out to go and warm up 10 minutes before the break. Let's have a look what quality Azar can deliver here. Will he go for goal? Once the runners, goes to the near post, easily dealt with by Ho Wai Lun, the smallest player on the field of play, wins the header.
That's a dreadful, dreadful free kick. He found it difficult to create any real clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, and you've got a set piece in that area. You've got to make it count, and if anything, you've got to beat the first defender. Absolutely infuriating for your teammates when you work hard in possession to get to that point. You get set, you get bodies in the box, and then a dreadful free kick is put in.
Two balls on the pitch. The one that's playing means Fukuda has to go back there to defend. Kaguri picks up the loose ball. Again, a lovely touch from him to keep it in play. Great turn from Ho Wai Lun. Obviously Jaffa just couldn't keep it in play though. A little bit bitty at the moment. That's been for the last 10 minutes or so.
Been fragmented. Teams just a little bit sloppy in possession. Really have enjoyed the way that Hougang have been able to break the line of Warriors. Very close on a couple of occasions.
Kaguri on the turn. Wants the corner. Given.
Well, Kaguri, one player who's really starting to come into his own in this game. He's seeing plenty of ball. Very deceiving player. Starting out on that left-hand side, drifting over to the right.
Kaguri with the ball in. Easily dealt with though.
And I can sense his frustration. That is a delightful little ball. None of his teammates anticipating, being proactive and making that near post run. Everyone flat-footed, very too reactive in that way.
Their first corner of the match as well. Ishao Lishak. It's a little shove in the back. Once the free kick not given. Fukuda just picks things up though. It's Khairul Nizam's turn to show a little bit of fleety footwork, shall we say.
He's very comfortable on the ball. You always get a little bit nervous when he keeps in that position. Not me personally, but for them. He's done very well.
Well, the Hougang bench are not happy with that decision. And jumping up and down. If anything, it was a free kick the other way. Shao looked as though he went over the top of the ball there. So you see they've got a point, PJ. Watch, bang, there. Should have been the other way.
Play on in my book.
Every bit of play on in your book. If it was down to you, it'd be like the UFC. Here's Azar, has Kaguri out wide. Kaguri, a bit of time and space. Can he make something happen? Everybody's managed to filter back. Has the opportunity gone? Shaidan, Azar, closed down quickly, dinks it into the far post. Fabian Kwok just not going to get there. And it's a second corner in 2 minutes for Hougang.
And again, clever play. Finding that space in behind. Two runners now out on that right-hand side. Ducking in behind Warriors. Starting to open up Warriors. And again, from this set piece, really needing to make it count. Good delivery.
Azar this time misses out. The first man free header should have been a goal. Dalvinder Singh found himself totally unmarked, and that is a poor header from what should have been a goal.
Well, Dalvinder Singh, he's just found himself flat-footed. You see the ball's come in. He hasn't been able to attack the ball. Flat-footed, hits it straight at the keeper. Decent height, and again, that's 2 or 3 yards either side of the keeper. Imagining that's going into the back of the net. So both teams with decent opportunities from their defenders from attacking headers, and both have been pretty poor. Hougang definitely, though, the team that really are starting to create more opportunities. Got a little bit more.
But there's no striker, PJ. There's no cutting edge in that final third for them.
That's exactly right. And that is their real key strength at the moment, key weakness at the moment. Look at that. 14 goals scored, as we mentioned earlier, in those 13 games.
Kagura is the top goal scorer with 4. Farhan 3. Nazrul Nazari, who's suspended, has 2. So they are weak when it comes to scoring goals. They've got to defend here though. Fazli Jaffa comes forwards. Tried to pull it back for Cholaku. Here is Cholaku. He missed out. Jordan Webb places another one over the top.
Jordan Webb needs to get his technique under control. It's a couple of occasions. We see he's got enough time and space as he comes onto this ball. He's hitting it with the inside of his left foot. He needs to keep that down and needs to hit the target.
He's had 7 years in Singapore and has mentioned that he wants to be naturalised and wants to play for the national team, but he is an enigma, isn't he, at times, PJ? Where sometimes there are flashes of brilliance, other times very, very ordinary.
It's that inconsistency which is obviously leading to some questions about the quality that he can deliver in that instance.
He's 29 years old now, so, you know, you need to have those inconsistencies when you're early 20s or late teens.
Very true. If we look at this first 45 minutes, we haven't seen enough of him. He's got good pace, he's a quality athlete, good endurance, there's good trickery in those one-on-one situations when he's got some space to work with. But he's the sort of player where in a game like this, you need him to get on the ball, you want him to demand the ball, you want him to really lead by example from the front, and we're not seeing that at the moment.
There's the upper body strength again of Cholaku. They're really not happy down there on the bench for Hougang. So Fai's looking things back underway. Well, that's nearly going to hit us up here in the top tier. Instead, another time we have 2 balls on the field of play. Fazli Jaffa with the header. Easily picked off though by Faiz, who finds Shirota. Nice little ball back inside. However, well won and well read from Fukuda. Shawalishak won't get there, but Kyle will in the right back position. Tries to play it down into the channel, but Fukuda is there once more. Big header from him, but given away. Fabian Kwok picks up the loose ball. Saudin playing it out wide. Here's Mayodi. Saran, nice ball over the top. Ho Wai Lun having to trap the runner on that occasion, and once again Fukuda just clearing his lines. No nonsense from him today either.
Against a clever little run there by Saleh, just making his run and just being drawn into a more central area. He does make those runs, but would like to see him work across the line and stay a little bit wider. Gives his teammate the opportunity to have a little bit more of a passage in which to play that pass.
Well, there will be 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first 45. Jordan Webb with a little knockback. Keeps it simple. Here's Webb again. Shakir. Here's Fukuda. Wesley Jaffa out to Antiwe. Sharalishak, his momentum just took him into Shahadan there. It looks as though Shirota's had enough of staying at the back. He's trying to force the issue, as it is the official and the referee doing well, trying to play an advantage and then pulls it back, so we don't mind that.
We certainly enjoy the advantage being played. It's difficult for a referee in those circumstances.
Decent ball fired in, but that should be comfortable pickings, and is for Hairul Nizam as the half-time whistle goes. So the deadlock was broken after just 6 minutes, and it was the veteran Sharalishak that managed to open the scoring for the Warriors. Both sides having opportunities from headers. Delvinder Singh, it was for Hougang that had a chance. Fukuda had an opportunity as well for the Warriors. However, it is at half-time here at the Jalan Besar Stadium. Hougang 0, Warriors 1.
Just the one goal to report here at the Jalan Besar Stadium, half-time between Warriors and Hougang Sharalishak with the only strike so far. When we talk to Paul Macefield and PJ Roberts, let's find out their reaction to this first 45 minutes, guys.
Interesting. I think we expected a little bit more goalmouth action and a couple of more opportunities, but it hasn't really transpired that way. I think the Warriors have kept things tight. I think they've always had the game under control. I think that Hougang have been lacking in that final third, and as you mentioned, PJ, that seems to have been the bane for them so far this season, scoring goals and getting quality into the box, and in that final third, that's what's letting them down.
Exactly. We've seen with SAF playing that high line of defence that Hougang reasonable possession in that midfield area, playing those balls in behind, but as soon as they do get in there, they are certainly not clinical enough. I think they've been quite impressive getting in behind and getting into those dangerous areas, but there's a real lack of cutting edge, and we've just got to look at those 14 goals scored in those 13 matches played so far in the S-League, and that tells you completely where their real weakness is, because defensively they're really stubborn. I don't think there's any questions about that. I think for Warriors, I was disappointed that when Charles Ishak got that early goal, that they didn't go on and really dominate. I think that was disappointing. I think there's a real lack of leadership almost in those midfield areas. Someone really taking the game by the scruff of the neck. We're not seeing it given the extra maturity that the Warriors do have over Hougang.
Why don't we put some pictures to that analysis, guys? Take us through the first 45 highlights.
Pleasure to that, absolutely no problem. It was, of course, Warriors that went close early doors, literally straight from the kickoff. The ball just didn't drop for Fazli Jaffa. However, just a few minutes later, this happened. The ball just flicked over the top. The defence asleep, to be fair, for Hougang, and Shaoli Shak with number 8 of the season.
And just clever positioning, just drifts in between. You can see him completely unmarked. But it's the quality of this first
Is he offside?
touch.
Is he offside?
Marginally. Very close. I'd wave that play on though, given how close it was. But it was that first touch that comes in behind, just takes it with the outside of his foot, gets it into his path, and then for the kids at home, the quality of that finish, just to keep it on the ground, pass it close to the keeper. He doesn't have enough time to react to get his hands down to it. At this point in time, it looked as though the Warriors were going to continue on.
He's happy with that, but they weren't happy with this. A free header for Fukuda. Okay, he's slightly coming back, but that's poor really from him.
It is. We'll see how poor that is. He's an excellent opportunity. Unmarked, does well to evade his defender, backing off, and that's the reason why he struggled to gain any power.
Hougang have struggled going forwards, haven't they? Kaguri's been lively, has created issues, but not really too much in that, straight down the throat of Hairul Nizam.
He's drifted in and out of the game, and it's been difficult because he hasn't seen the amount of ball. Starting on that left, he drifted over onto the right, and it was a difficult attempt.
They nearly shot themselves in the foot here. Azar did well to create that opportunity in the opening. However, the finish left a lot to be desired.
Well, Azar, he needs to continue with that ball. He's got the momentum. Just seem to get in each other's way. Here, he just needs to continue. Wave it off. It was a disappointing end to what looked like a really promising opportunity here for Hougang.
Very disappointing in the end from Feroz. Should really have done better. Kaguri managed to get him well behind. Not a bad ball in, it's a decent ball, and any kind of touch at all sees that in the back of the net. That was probably their best opportunity.
It was. Breaking that defensive line again. Kagure with the lovely weighted ball.
Offside.
Offside. But again, if the flag doesn't go up, you've still got to bury it, and Azar needs to get something on that.
Here's the free header. Dalvinder Singh up from the back. Again, has to pick an angle and has to pick somewhere to bury this.
Agree completely. It just seems as though he's a bit surprised. He's flat-footed. He's standing still, comes to him, and with that technique cannot generate enough power. Even if he had more accuracy and picked one of the top corners, it may have been a different story.
Well, the shots on target are 4 from Hougang, 3 from the Warriors, but they've had 5 compared with the 4 overall. The corners, Hougang with 2, none for the Warriors, surprisingly. Foul count pretty even, no yellow or red cards. That's because Najul Nazari and Bayaki Kaizan aren't playing in this game.
Guys, thanks very much for that. Not particularly pleasant reading those stats so far for either side, perhaps, but let's take a look at that goal, first of all, because you mentioned there the Hougang defence caught napping, that ball over the top. A question again, as we look at it now, guys, of offside for Shahril Ishak.
I think PJ hit the nail on the head here. The way that Shahril Ishak just drifts in between players. If you see here, he's just in between, but is he offside? Isn't he? It's very, very close. It was too tight to call when we were doing the commentary because it was a cool, calm finish. and from the angle that we were, it didn't look it. But on second viewing, PJ, we could say possibly he strayed into an offside position.
Possibly. It does seem as though he was in line with Shirota, who was the second furthest defender away from him. So we'll run with the linesman there. But again, take nothing away from the quality of that first touch for Sharyl Ishak. It's just come in behind him. He didn't need to change his stride. He's just flicked his foot up, taken it down into his path, and then he's just slotted it home. That's that quality that we've been missing in this game.
How did he go again? Like that with his foot, yeah?
I need a bit more room here. We'll work that out for next week.
Well, it was a cool, calm finish from Sharyl Ishak, as we'd expect from him. I don't think the same can be said, of course, from Azar Sairudin. Two good chances. The second one in particular, I guess you'll say maybe he thought he was offside.
Yeah, again, but as PJ said when we just did the highlights, you've still got to put the ball in the back of the net, then ask the question later. He's worked hard. But for me, he's not an out-and-out striker. He is a number 10, or he's somebody who plays in the hole and can get things moving and get things going. But for me, this is what Hougang are lacking. They're lacking someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. And, you know, Azar's trying, but it's not his position.
No, exactly right. You cannot fault, exactly as you mentioned, his work rate, his ethic, the cleverness of his runs from deep, his ability to find space. He does all those build-up aspects to the game really well. It's just that final touch. And as you mentioned there, Mace, that is Hougang overall. We cannot emphasise 14 goals in 13 games played. It's not good enough. You can have as many chances as you want. You cannot find the back of the net with that lack of proficiency in front of goal.
Very, very quickly, guys. They've got players like Iqbal Hussain, Faris Farhan and Pablo on the bench. Hougang surely have got to bring one of them on soon.
Bring them all on. Get them all on. That way they're bound to guarantee themselves a goal. That's what they need to get back into this game. If they don't change things now, it's not going to happen for them.
Guys, thanks very much. We'll hear back from you very shortly indeed. Second half between Warriors and Hougang. We'll be back in just a couple.
Very warm welcome back to the Great Eastern Hyundai S.League 2017. We've had a substitution, but it's not for the teams. It's the fourth official who has taken over. Ravi comes on to run the line. One of the linesmen has found themselves injured, so they will take no further part in this game. But both sides at the moment look as though they're still exactly the same. There is Ravi, of course, proficient, it has to be said, running a line or officiating in the middle. So,
in saying that, you probably didn't expect to be doing it this evening.
The question is who's going to be the fourth official? Well, we may have to relieve PJ to run down there and hold a board up.
I reckon I'd be an outstanding official.
I'm not too sure about that, but that's for another day. It is for another time.
I remember refereeing a game when I was 15, when I was out injured in training, and yes, never again. I had to send myself off. It's a very good learning experience for all players, though,
to take up charge of a game.
Peers, to take charge of a game in that sort of level of intensity. It certainly gives you a level of respect and empathy for referees. You forget that very quickly, though, in the next game.
Yeah, what happens, and then you just got to get on with things, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. We will be carrying on regardless of the change of the official. So the question is can Hougang get themselves back into this game? Will we have a cutting edge in the final third from them? That will be revealed in 45 or so minutes time, because it's the Warriors that are leading by a 1-0. So it will be Hougang that will take charge of this second half and get us going. Mr. Lechman just checking the number. And straight away, Fabian Kwok gets things going. So Dalvinder Singh, he will look to get things going again. Fabian Kwok just trying to help it round the corner, easily dealt with. Oh, Wailun just taking one to the abdomen there. Back on his feet now, seems to be okay.
Certainly don't expect that just so early in the second half. Just come on enough for a break. You're not completely warmed up again.
Guri with a layoff. Sharan keeps it simple. Mayadi just fires it out wide to Ali. Ali looks forwards. Here's Azar. Mayadi doing well to win the header. Jordan Webb gets involved as well. It's 2 against 2 here now. Webb, if he'd have looked up earlier, would have seen the keeper well off his line. Instead, just tries to play it out wide to Fazli Jaffer, and it's a poor ball to him. Here's Webb again. Flick forwards. Fazli Jaffer just couldn't get his foot round the ball.
And there's an example of Jordan Webb where he, for me, needs to take the player on that right-hand side. Go wide, surge at him, take him into the box.
Chance here to deliver into the box from Fazli Jaffer. Elects instead to find Shakir. Pings it out wide to Emirikong. Doesn't want to get back in there, and well, Fazli Jaffer just launches it into the stand.
Obviously thinking he was under a little bit more pressure than what he was. Had the opportunity just to bring the ball down, keep possession.
Coyote. Oh, they get fortuitous there. Not there though. Well read from Hafiz Osman. He's one yellow card away from a suspension as well, Hafiz. Kagori! Oh, tried the volley, took a little deflection, went wide. That's going to be a corner.
That's a decent effort. Kagori's just pounced on that. We're perfectly positioned in our commentary booth just to be right behind him as he's taken this strike. Excellent purchase on it. Let's give Hougang a good opportunity early in this second half from another set piece.
Kagori comes short. Closed down very, very quickly by Chalaku.
I do not understand the purpose of a short corner like that. It's fired into him. It's difficult for him to control. He's under pressure. They end up giving the ball away and it's a throw-in when they had a corner kick and a perfect opportunity in which to try and get the ball into the box.
A free kick awarded in a very dangerous position. Over this one, as is Azar. But if we'll see Kagori go for goal here. Scored the first goal on 3 occasions for Hougang so far this season. He has gone for goal. Well, not wanting to take the risk, Khairul Nizam just pushes it to safety.
Good strike, good effort from what was a long way out. And it's another set piece. It's been a really solid 5 minutes in this second half for Hougang.
Decent ball in, but good hands from the keeper. It's a nice delivery. Chalaku. Here's Jordan Webb. Sakir Hawailun. Going into that final third, that cutting edge still lacking from Hougang. Talaku Hawailun. Fazli Jaffa just trying to feed it through. Chalaku wouldn't get there. Hawailun delivers deep, headed away from Ali Hadzaifi. Emre Gong comes to join in. Wants to get round the outside, delivers a decent ball in. Golden opportunity for Shawal Ishak to make it 2. Well. You would have expected him to bury that. He was only 3 or 4 yards out, but moving backwards.
Well, quality work out on this right-hand side. Delightful ball in. Shawal Ishak is obviously drifting backwards. Kaluko, who is in behind him, he needs to attack the ball. He needs to knock Shawal Ishak over and out of the way. He's in a better position to get a decent header on that. Quality work out on that right-hand side by Emre Gong. But again, we think about those crucial moments, key decision making in those clinical positions, and both teams letting themselves down, unfortunately, in this game at the moment. That surging run from Emmerich on is what we're expecting from Jordan Webb. He took the ball on the outside, took his player on in a one-on-one situation.
Dalvinda delivers, free header from Fabian Kwok. Kaguri won't keep that in play. So another opportunity in the final third wasted for Hougang. Little nudge in the back there. Shakir wins the free kick. Flag went up early. Half a yard, and it needs to be an inch.
There's clever defending. Defensively, actually by Shirosa just stepping up. Cheryl Ishak is obviously a key creative player for Warriors, playing in a very advanced position, really struggling to get the ball to his feet, struggling to see enough of the ball for a player of his quality. Warriors need to readjust. He's the type of player you might want to drop a little bit deeper so he can see a little bit more of the ball, because he's not getting the service and he's not getting the ball to his feet at all.
Chairan. Ali, decent ball in, but no one making a run across the keeper. Somewhat disappointing. Best header there from Fukuda, and a long-range shot just trying to catch out Hairul Nizam. You'd have thought that the Warriors would have tried that, trying to catch out Kyle Lin, as he's spending most of his time outside his box. However, on that occasion, no accuracy, no real guile from that strike.
Kyle Lin is one goalkeeper who certainly does enjoy playing off his line. It's very much a trait and a required competency of the modern day goalkeeper. Certainly not to be too overzealous in that way, because it can be disastrous very quickly.
Jordan Webb on the ground again.
It's a tidy little turn, actually. Good touch.
It's just a little trip though, not really too much in that. Webb gingerly gets back to his feet now. Osman with the ball forwards, easily dealt with though by Shirota. Fajdi Jaffa lets that one go. Hawailun looks to get there. Dalvinda mops up. Fabian Kwok has our caught waiting for the ball. Can't afford to do that as a striker. You've got to come to the ball. Over the top, the little flick back inside. Azar with a little bit of time and space. Azar! Straight down the throats of Hairul Nizam. Had that time and space as well, but just couldn't find a finish.
Good composed build-up play for Hougang. Azar, very composed on the edge of the box. The momentum shifting from right to left. Looked as though he's continued to go left. Defenders caught out of position. It's at this point in time where you're expecting to pick that spot, hit the back of the net, straight down the keeper's throat. He's doing well. You certainly need to applaud his effort and the positions that he is getting in those attacking areas. It's just that final strike on goal that is letting Hougang down overall.
The fans still trying to get behind their team. The question is will they turn out on Monday night? The Hougang fans and all fans across Singapore, because at the end of the day, the women's team is playing on the 7th of August at the Jalan Besar Stadium. We'll touch on that in a minute. There you can see it's just a clash and a coming together more than anything. No real malice in that. However, he looks as though he's going to be okay. He's sitting up, so that's the important thing. But if you get the opportunity to get down to the Jalan Besar Stadium, do so on Monday. Come and support the women. They take on Macau in a friendly. So it's an international match that will see Singapore take on Macau. The women's friendly kickoff is at 7:30 here at the Jalan Besar Stadium, and it should be a fantastic occasion and a great opportunity for the young ladies to show what they're all about as well. So get yourself down and support local football, and more importantly, support the national team. It is the best women players in Singapore, and they will be on show for you to come and see on Monday night the 7th at 7:30. Okay, back to the action now as Hougang received the ball back from Warriors, who generously gave them the ball back. No changes in the air yet, although the Hougang subs are warming up ferociously. All the Warriors subs are just sitting themselves down on the bench. Fabian Kwok forced all the way back to his own keeper. Violin, a little bit of time, finds Shirota. Shirota looks for the big switch. Decent ball in, as are the target, but again, Hairul Nizam comfortable with the claim. Wailun tries to move the ball quickly, overplays it for Jordan Webb though. Mayudi keeps it simple. Ali with the ball in. Decent touch, wasn't just there on that occasion. Sally found himself in an advanced position on that occasion. Challenge is starting to fly in a little bit now as well. Here's Kaguri. That's a brilliant ball, a wonderful ball picked out. Azza at the far post just couldn't get the quality back in. Fazli Jaffa helps it down the line to Shawalishak, who wins the throw.
And Kaguri, that is a quality ball. Can we look at those important players for each team? Shawalishak for Warriors, he needs to see more of the ball. And Kaguri for Hougang definitely needs to see more of the ball. Both coaches need to readjust, find a place and a position to be able to do that.
Chalaku's just been booked there because he wanted to get on with the game quickly. It looks as though his man's going to be okay. Is that Wailun who's down again? Yes, it is. But he wanted to play on quickly. The referee, I don't know if he's told him to stop. Let's have a little look here. There's a nudge in the back. The free kick's been awarded. He gets caught in the face with a boot. It's accidental. It's not a kick out, I don't think. There's the challenge. That's just a landing more than anything. And that's why he can't believe that he has been booked. That's a little bit silly, I think. Chalaku, the first player to go into the book tonight.
He's asking a lot of questions and he's definitely not getting any answers. That is frustrating. He's just got to forget about it and get on with it. It's just much easier said than done. But they are in the dominant position at the moment with that 1-goal lead over Hougang. Well, the emphasis and the focus really now on Philippore and Hougang United. You start to see the substitutions.
Fariz is the man that comes on. It's Faros that will go off. So the 23-year-old, former under-22 National player who was signed from the Young Lions this year. His second spell at the club. Will be the man that comes on.
Well, he's not happy. He's walking off to a different area. Philip Hall's basically said, "No, son, you come over to the mid-hill area and do that."
This is how they're trying to change and go with a 3-4-3 formation, and they could get caught out here. Here's Jordan Webb. Simple ball. Hougang. Sharal with the strike. Hougang was just in support. Sharal should really have scored there. That's the best opportunity we've had this second half.
Well, Jordan Webb did well. Just found Sharal early. Plenty of time, plenty of space. Ended up being a very good save.
Decent ball in here though. Azar. The little layoff and the long-range strike just drilled into the white shirts that are in the way. And it's going to be a corner though. And here's the earlier chance. Should really have scored here, PJ.
Well, it's a delightful ball. Okay, and then Jordan Webb playing into Sharal Ishak, and he should score from that area. Excellent save.
Hougang. Decent ball played into the box. Packed away anywhere will do at the moment. Scoop back in and a real chance for the substitute, but he's offside and he missed it anyway.
Well, the fourth official now, linesman, has come on. He's stepping up and making that decision. It's a difficult ball. It was very direct as it came out in that second phase of play.
Here's that opportunity. Lovely ball round the corner. Jordan Webb selfishly finds Sharal. Just wonder if the angle was slightly against him. That was a poor touch, to be fair, PJ. If he takes it out with his left foot onto the left foot and slides it like he scored the first, maybe it would have been a different outcome. Here's Jordan Webb, though, as Warriors go in search of a second.
Well, Jordan Webb
does well to win that one back.
That's the wrong option.
Emmerich on, time and space to deliver. Tries to feed it down the line.
Jordan Webb just earlier opting to go inside. Emmerich on that right-hand side, surging forward again in space. It's the easier pass, it's the more simple pass. He's going to be in a more dangerous position as opposed to passing it inside to a very congested area.
That finds Kagori. There's a little bit of time and space to work with. Fires it in. Just pushed away in the end from Ang Tiwei. Janaku gets a little nudge from behind.
On Kagori again. Trickery out on this left-hand side. Azar it is. At that back post, he's just caught flat-footed. If he's attacking the ball, if he's making a run across the face of his defender, he gets to the ball first. You've got to anticipate and you've got to gamble with these balls into the box.
But you've got to feel for him, Azar, because he's not a striker. This false number 9 that they seem to be playing with just isn't working. You'd have thought that they've been working on different things in training, different formations, trying something different. As it is, they become very, very predictable going into that final third.
You're thinking for Warriors defence, exactly. No real clinical finisher in that lineup for Hougang. It's a little bit more comfortable for Warriors. They're getting in dangerous positions. Kagori in particular is doing a very good job in those wide areas, opening up space.
Wyland just clears his lines. Ali with a decent ball in. Everybody just Or standing and watching. Faris as well to get hold of it. Mayudi plays it all the way through, and not wanting to take the chance there was Hafiz Osman, who just flicks it behind for a corner. So Kaguri will make his way over to this near side. Azar and Jolaku coming together. Rory delivers. It's a decent ball in as well. Was there something off the ball there because Jolaku went to ground? Just having a little word with Azar there off the ball as well, but there's a chance at the other end. Shaolishak's in, just couldn't find him, cleared behind by Ali Zaifi. Just keep an eye on that one because Jolaku was having a little bit of a go with Azar on that occasion, but why not shoot there, PJ?
Was a very fast transition from Warriors, and full credit, support Cheryl Ishak in particular in that central area. It's just a poor cross ultimately.
So Cheryl Ishak will deliver. Fukuda the target. Comfortable in the end. And balled out quickly as well from Ireland. Faris plays it to Kaguri. Just couldn't get it out of his feet quickly enough. Azar had made a run to that far post.
Jordan Wedd actually did very well, closing him down and shutting off that passing option.
Decent ball flick forwards. And Nizam comes and just gets enough on it before Emerican clears his lines. Here's Azar again. Nizam comfortable with the save. That's a lovely little flick inside from Jolaku. Here's Webb. Picks out nice and easy Fazli Jaffa, who couldn't finish. Well, they've only got themselves to blame, and it's no wonder that Razivon was upset with his boys against Albrechts, because they're doing the same here.
Well, it's the best passage of play in this whole game of football. Excellent transition from their defensive area. Fazli Jaffa, again, just needing composure, needing to pick his spot. A good save once again, Karulan. But that was intricate passing. Excellent penetration. The best passage of play of football we've seen so far in this game.
Is the quality here to back it up. Shaolishak to deliver. It's over everybody really. Just nodded back now as Jordan Webb gets on the ball. Lovely little turn there and a great ball in. Just enough of a touch from Shirota. Fazli Jaffa, who should have scored, delivers. Easily dealt with. Shirota again helps it forwards. Here's Faris. Osman will look to start again, just under 18 minutes to go. Now we are going to see a change, and we are going to see Rodriguez, come on. The 32-year-old who was signed from Madura United, play of course in Indonesia, played all over the world. He really has his 19th club in 13 years. Pablo Aracil Rodriguez.
He's got a bit of work to do when he does come on. Certainly wouldn't enjoy sitting on the bench in this game. Actually would have a point to prove. This game perfectly poised for a player of his maturity and experience.
That's too far for Kaguri, so we will have the change now. Will he make the difference? It's Azar that's coming off now. That's surprising. He has worked incredibly hard. You can see he doesn't look happy at all.
He has worked incredibly hard, and that
but he's not a striker, PJ.
No, that's exactly right. We know that finishing is not his strength, but his work rate, his ability to find space is very, very impressive. His work rate in particular is exceptional.
Do of course have Iqbal Hussain, who's on the bench. Wonder if we'll see him in a few moments' time as well. Let's see what Rodriguez can do. Little nod off from him, finds Kaguri. Kaguri delivers. Rodriguez causes a problem already.
Kaguri, quality ball once again. It's good goalkeeping also. Oh, Nizam coming off his line. He's done that on a couple of occasions. Very confident.
Sharilishak almost picking out the perfect pass. Shakir picks up the loose one. Here's Jordan Webb. And he conjure up a little bit of magic. Just tries on a ball that was about 1% coming off. Aracil Rodriguez a little bit overzealous in the challenge.
I'm convinced this is actually a foul.
High foot, that's why. Dangerous play, even though the defender's stooping down.
Yeah, exactly. It's a play on.
Jordan Webb gave Americong absolutely nothing there.
There's not an awful lot in that, but Richmond is having absolutely nothing of it. Rodriguez, you can just sense he's got a point to prove. He's come on. He's incredibly tenacious in these first few minutes.
I think you would expect that. Chalaka couldn't sort his feet out quickly enough. Gone are the days of the Warriors having Nico Velez, of course. He went off to ply his trade over in India, then had a spell in Croatia. Failed miserably. He did. It was terrible before signing back for North East United in India. Interesting to see if he makes his way back to this side of the world. These goals really did help the Warriors a few years ago. How Hougang could do with someone like that now. Ali delivers. Fukuda with a header. Hawalun hooks it clear. Chalaka loses out. Alessio Rodriguez trying to be a handful. Decent ball in, a little flick header though from Faris, not good enough.
Faris, good movement, got to that near post area, just need to guide it down. Had Rodriguez in that back post, he didn't need to have a strike, just need to flick it on, just help the ball on its way. As we near the final 10 minutes of this game, still only that slender lead for Warriors. Hougang will still maintain plenty of self-belief that they can get back into this game. Need to really start to just raise the intensity, particularly in defence. Allow Warriors absolutely no time on the ball.
Oh, too much pressure. Shawali-Shak for two. Rattles the woodwork. Has a second bite of the cherry. Waits for support. Ho-Wai-Lun squares it, cleared off the line. Good defending on that occasion from Dalvinder. Well, that should really have been two. Dalvinder Singh caught in two minds with the ball at his feet rather than clearing it. And again, that overconfidence really could have paid dividends for the Warriors.
He's very fortunate. See what a poor mistake it was. This is then apologising to his teammates. Very honest plays, worked very hard this evening. But they're still in with a shout. It was desperate defending. Shawali-Shak with a good strike.
With a shout, they've got to get in the final third first, Hougang, but you are right, it only takes a second to score a goal and anything could happen.
Well, it should be game over. It should be 2-0. 3-0, exactly. Given the opportunities that they have had.
It only takes a mistake and it could prove costly. Ball launched forwards. Rodriguez with a header, bounces straight up in the air. And the half volley was tame and timid from Ali Hadzaifi. So Warriors will take their time with this one. Just under 10 minutes to go. Overall, from what we've seen, PJ, in the 80 minutes so far, would you say that the Warriors deserve to be in front overall, or would you think a draw may be a fair reflection of the game?
Given the first half, I think Hougang definitely didn't deserve to be a goal behind. They created chances, they were getting in behind that Warriors defence. But I think this second half has really just demonstrated that extra quality that Warriors do have in that final third. In saying that, they haven't found the back of the net, but they've had more clear-cut opportunities, they've had more real penetrative openings. But again, just that lack of quality finding the back of the net has let both teams down. So at the moment, I think the scoreline is a fair reflection of the game.
Hafiz Noor getting ready to come on. Looks like he'll be coming on for Fazli Jaffa. Easily taken there by Kyrolin. He launches one that comes down with snow on. Alessio Rodriguez knew very little about that. It just hit the top of his head.
He's done actually really well there. It's
you don't see that very often.
No, that can sometimes hurt a little bit as well.
So Fazli Jaffa will go off. Hafiz Noor will be the man that comes on. 28-year-old who was signed from Geylang International looking at last season.
I think Fazli's going to take as long as he possibly can. Referee just asking him to hurry up.
Why? I don't understand that with officials.
No, exactly.
You can walk off, you can stop the watch, you can stop the clock, you can do what you want to do. Add on 2 minutes at the end, it doesn't matter.
He's put in a decent shift, Fazli. One very good opportunity, which he really should have scored. Again, the blight on his performance.
Let's have a look, see if Hougang can create anything. Mayuri gets the ball out of his feet and looks to float one in. Well, Alessio Rodriguez did the little flick. Unfortunately, Shirota was in an offside position.
Rodriguez has certainly had an impact since he's come on. His ability just to make a bit of a nuisance for himself, occupying a couple of defenders. Hasn't seen a lot of ball to his feet, but he's throwing himself around when the ball is in the air. He's trying to get his head on the end of everything.
And finally, we're going to see Iqbal come on. It should be interesting to see who will make way here. Warriors trying to use the channel, little nudge in the back there. However, Faisali gets away with it, but loses out when it comes to the throw-in. This, of course, would be the first defeat for Hougang in 8 games. Far too many draws as the flag goes up for offside. The referee sensibly allows play to go on rather than blow the whistle, because Kyril just took that ball and says play on. Obviously not happy there with his delivery. So Ali Hudzaifi will be the man that comes off. Finally, another striker on for Hougang. They started with none, they've now got 2. Well, 3 if you include Furries. Why not start with strikers and try and chase a game rather than not? I don't understand that rationale.
Well, potentially, I guess, even earlier in this second half, bring those changes. It's desperation times, always difficult to be chasing a game. Warriors doing reasonably well in trying to keep the play down in Hougaang's half. Just looking at keeping possession, look to draw a foul. There's really no need for them to try and shoot. We just see a poor pass giving away.
That's a lovely ball played forwards though for the substitute Hafi Snor. Hafi Snor cuts inside. Hafi Snor! Good save. Kylan at that near post. You shall not pass, he said. Hawaiian delivers deep, looking for Jordan Webb. And again, good hands from Kylan.
Rodriguez has done well.
Here's the save
to the ball first.
Here's the save again, PJ. It wasn't bad at all, was it?
Bafis did really well. Nice little shift. Comes inside. Cracking strike. Plenty of power. This will be an excellent camera angle to witness this save by. Really well positioned. The Rulings had a very good game. Actually, a couple of really good saves. Cheryl Ishak with that early goal, just sliding it close past his body.
Easily read there from Fukuda. Took it far enough though. Sharan. Iqbal delivers a decent ball in and almost sliced into his own net. Hafiz Osman back there having to defend. Last-ditch defending it was from the Warriors.
It certainly was. It's whipped in. Difficult, that ball in behind that space. In front of the keeper, behind that last line of defence.
Change coming. Jalaku will go off. It's Fadil Noor that will come on for the last 3 minutes or so. 28-year-old signed from Banastir this year. You've got to defend now. Do you change it a set play? That's the big question. They could be punished here. Kaguri delivers. It's deep, but it's far too close to Khairul Nizam, who gets absolutely poleaxed by Shirota and will take his time in getting up.
Done well. He's come out strong. It's clattered from behind.
professional, PJ.
Yeah,
is the word.
Everything okay with that? No, exactly.
And see Ridwan come on as well very shortly for the Warriors. Just wonder if it'd be someone like Webb that comes off. Another frustrating night for him. So it's going to be Shakir that will come off. Ruban, of course, started off as a right back, really. Became a flying winger. 5 years over in Indonesia, at Arema and Putra Samarinda. A couple of spells at Tampines, which is where he signed from. Shakir just been told to hurry up again. I don't understand why officials do this. I have to be honest, because they're in control of the clock. They can just stop the watch. They can add on 5-6 minutes at the end if they want. No one's going to question them. And if they ask, you turn around and say, everybody took their time leaving the field of play. I added that time on.
That is always a common reaction for a referee to urge the substitutions to get off quickly. You know that when you are winning the game and the substitution is made, you generally do tend to take as long as humanly possible.
Add 10 minutes at the end of 90, see what happens then. Here's Kaguri, the outside of the right foot, tries to play it into the channel but got it completely wrong. Feliz was never going to keep that one in. What it's done though is it's taken us to 90 minutes. So how much time will be added on right at the end here? Well, with the flick, 4 minutes will be added on with our new fifth official. It's a little blast from the past there as well, sitting on the bench. Ball headed straight up in the air, Fadano just couldn't retain possession. S.L. Rodriguez playing it to Kaguri and then gets himself in the box. Fabian Kwok tries to deliver, catches Cheryl right in the face. He still doesn't know where the ball's gone. Here's Jordan Webb. Cheryl's here, and look who's come a very long way, and he had to get that completely spot on. However, the ball taken quickly. Jordan Webb finds Ridwan. Slow it back down now. Fabian Kwok doing well on that occasion. All Jordan Webb had to do then was turn it into the corner and turn the defence. As it was, he put his own side under a little bit of pressure. Here's Kaguri. Are we going to have a little bit of late drama here? The 4 minutes that's added on at the end. Fariz, Kaguri. Jordan Webb tracking back and getting the job done. Fires it forwards for Shawalishak. Again, Kairin has to come and deal with the ball. Anderson Rodriguez causing problems. Finds Iqbal. Iqbal looking to create that yard for himself. In the end, a little shove from him means that the attacking impetus has gone. Well, the old sweeper keeper, as it was called before. John Beck used to deploy it over in England. Playing as almost like an extra defender. It's been in force tonight, however, it's Hougang that find themselves on the wrong end of a result at the moment, with just a little over a minute to go.
Kyrulin is certainly one goalkeeper who embraces that part of his game. Warriors just need to be very disciplined now. Get the ball down that end.
Jordan Webb finds Fadil Noor, who elects to go into the corner. And why not? 3 points is still 3 points. Puts them within 2 points of Home United. Nigel Sharon, I know, keeping a very close eye on this game. Jordan Webb does well. Sharon Ishak, what a save that was. Should have scored. He should have had a hat-trick tonight, Cheryl. He really should have done. Good challenge there from Ansi Wei. Creates a yard. Fadil Noor gets it out of his feet. And a poor strike from him. And now it's one-on-one at the back if they can release the ball forwards quickly.
Was the wrong option, obviously, by Fadil Noor.
His face. Iqbal has options. One of them's Kaguri. He missed it. Alessio Rodriguez gets on the ball and apparently in an offside position, so the flag has gone up, but that was a chance to totally kill the game as the 4 minutes elapse. Great play from Webb.
Excellent save once again. Kyrulin just reading where Cheryl Ishak's going to unleash that header.
That's what we want more from Webb, isn't it? Needs to have the consistency levels, but consistency wasn't part of the plan for Hougang tonight. Unbeaten in 7. However, the deadlock was broken after just 6 minutes. And it's the Warriors that on the balance of play and with the chances created, you would have to say, deserve the full-time victory here at the Jalan-Besar Stadium in the Great Eastern Hyundai S.League. It's finished. Hougang 0, Warriors 1, courtesy of a 6th-minute goal from Shaul Ishak. It gives the Warriors 3 more points. They stay in 4th and are 2 points behind Home United.
Thanks very much to our commentators there, PJ Roberts and Paul Macefield. An important win for Warriors as they try. It's a desperate mission, of course, to narrow that gap at the top. They were 12 points behind Arbex, remember. They lost to them just a few days ago. A last gasp win there in Naba's goal in added time. And now, of course, today they've got those 3 points. But when we look back at this, guys, of course, a much better second half for us, much more entertaining, of course. But this game should have been put to bed about half an hour ago.
The big question for me is why are Hougang playing without strikers? I really do think that that's a question that needs to be asked. I think that there is a big problem and a big issue there. The Warriors, yes, we've now seen in the League Cup, then we've seen them against Alberex, again, missing opportunities and chances to score. We've seen it again tonight. They've got a problem in front of goal, but they've still managed to win, and they deserve the 3 points in my opinion. But Hougang, for me, PJ, very lacklustre. Cutting edge in that final third is a massive problem.
And that's the biggest issue. We know defensively they're generally very solid, but only 14 goals in those 13 games demonstrates everything. As soon as they went a goal behind, there's no one in that final third who can take responsibility, who can take accountability when those chances come to find the back of the net. Thought Rodriguez did well when he came on. He provided a different option. You could see he was just itching to get on. They needed a player like him on a little bit earlier because he certainly did put Warriors under pressure in defence. When he wasn't on there, the attacking duties really relied on Azar to find the back of the net, and that's not his strength.
We'll come back to Rodriguez a little bit later if we have time, guys. But first of all, let's go through the highlights of this match.
Well, as we said, it was just 6 minutes that it took for the opening goal to be scored. Wasn't he offside? Doesn't matter. The linesman flag stayed down. Shaul Ishak, well, just drifted between 2 defenders, slotted it home nicely with a plum. Cool, calm finish from the veteran. And the perfect start, really, for the Warriors, wasn't it, PJ?
It was. He doesn't get caught up in the play. Just sits deep, marginally. But it's that quality first touch. Just drags it into his feet to the outside of his right foot. Doesn't lose his stride. Has enough composure here just to slide it home. That is a mature, experienced finish.
Goal number 8 for the season for him then. And again, Hougang tried, but everything was from range. Kaguri on this occasion, not a million miles away, but needed a fingertip save. And again, then the Warriors opening up Hougang. Emre Gong doing well down the flank, and that was one that should have hit the back of the net from Cheryl.
Well, Cheryl Ishak, a couple of very good opportunities. Could have had a hat-trick, as you mentioned earlier. but we just didn't see enough of this penetrating play from Warriors in those wide areas.
Jordan Webb again flitting in and out of the game. That was the biggest problem. There was another opportunity for Warriors to grab another goal. You have to say Colin pulled off a few good saves, but again we expect more from Sharrell in positions like that, don't we?
He was getting into some good positions. Here's the best passage of play that we did see this whole night of football. Jordan Webb just playing it in. Again, it's a good strike. But we're just thinking he needs to be a little bit more composed, needs to be able to pick his spot because he's in the right position, just lacking that composure again.
They did create the better opportunities and more chances, but again, Hougang falling asleep at the back. And on that occasion, Sharrell again picking up on that loose ball and just rattling the woodwork.
Well, we look at these highlights and it could have been 5 or 6-0. And we're looking at Hougang as one of the better teams defensively in this competition, and Warriors could have had an absolute hatful. Disappointing, again, positive in the sense that they are creating those chances, but incredibly worrying and disappointing that they're not finding the back of the net.
It's hard to imagine on tonight's performance with the opportunities that have been created that they've only conceded 15 goals so far this season. It is really remarkable. I mean, even Fadi Noor coming on and getting opportunities as well, and everybody getting in on the action, trying to hit the back of the net. But this was the one that should really have hit the back of the net, wasn't it? Shaolishak again. So from what we've seen highlights-wise, he could have had 4.
Exactly. Jordan Webb doing really well out on that right-hand side. We just don't see enough of that quality during the game. But Shaolishak again should have buried that. So, you know, positives and frustrations on either side. Warriors deservedly winning this game and really putting Hougang to the sword, who are one of the best teams defensively in this competition. But for both teams, it's finding the back of the net, which is just the most difficult thing for many teams, but really difficult for both of these teams tonight.
Guys, let's head straight down to the pitch and hear the reaction from the Hougang manager, Philippe Au.
Coach, your team fell to an early goal, but the team never give up. How do you rate your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, we gave away an early goal. Yeah, but after that, I think we dominated the game. You know, we had chances, like half chances to score, but yeah, we couldn't put it in. When we started to chase the game, that's when we opened up, and yeah, towards the end we were lucky because Warriors had good chances to score to make it 2-0. Yeah, but overall, yeah, that early goal, we shouldn't have considered that early goal.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Next one, man.
Right, so Philippe Au, he says they dominated the game after conceding that. I'd like to hear what you think of that. The chuckles already give me an idea of what you're going to say.
And I know exactly where you're going because the chuckle that you gave me, Shazad, says exactly the same. We're obviously not watching the same game of football there. Yeah. Because for me, there was only one team in it. Yes, they had to come out and be a little bit more expansive when they went behind, but there's no way on this planet that they were in control of that game at all. It was Warriors all the way, and it was theirs to throw away, PJ. There was only one team in that.
It was, particularly as the game went on. I think positives for Hougang in that first half is they did break the line for the Warriors when they were playing that high line of defence, but that was basically it. But the longer that second half went on, and we just need to have a look at the highlights. Worrying for Hougang in many ways because that 7-match undefeated streak is over, and in all honesty, they should have. Well, they were never going to score in this game. This game could have gone for another 3 hours and they're never going to find the back of the net. But concerningly, the number of chances that they gave up, they should have lost this game 4 or 5-0.
Guys, we're going to head over now to the Warriors' reaction. Here's a goalkeeper, Harun Nizam Jumat.
Bye. Your team scored early, but you were kept busy all night. So how would you think the performance tonight for the team?
Yeah, we scored early, but we know we have a busy night because they kept coming at us and they've got a really good pace up front. And when they make this substitution at halftime, I know things will be getting dangerous. And yeah, we were disciplined at the back, keeping our shape, listen according to our tactics.
The team came here on the cup final losing it, but then how was the morale of the team now? How important this win is to the team?
Yeah, we've forgotten